From the John C. Hench Production Arts Studios in Peoria, Illinois, VideoMax Limited presents Midstate Magazine with your hosts, Kayla Neitz and Kyle Peck. The news with Aaron Morden and Danielle Heimski, featuring your Midstate reporting team. Sports with Katrina Baumgartner. Get Real with Nikki Garabrandt. Stephanie Robbins is on the beat. State of the Arts with Brooke James. Rebecca Williams is in the spotlight. Anna Tassi takes us about town. And About Crew with Noel Mefford. And now, from America's friendliest city, Midstate Magazine. Take it away, kids.
Hello, welcome to Midstate Magazine. I'm your host, Kyle Peck.
And I'm Kayla Neitz. Thank you for joining us. Well, you know, Thanksgiving coming up. I always get really excited. Do you have any big plans?
Not really. I'm probably just going to stay at home.
Stay in Peoria?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll be going home to see some family. My sister is hosting it this year, which is usually my mom hosts it, so that'll be different.
Yeah,
but I'm excited for it. What are some traditional things that you look forward to at Thanksgiving?
The food.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the food is always something.
Anything in particular?
I want to try something different this time.
Really?
Like an oven roasted smoked turkey with some sage and apples, some mixed vegetables on the side.
Okay, very cool. We have a little tradition at our house where two of the dads or something like that will cook two different turkeys, and then we'll kind of have a little contest about which one was better. So I remember last year my dad deep fried a turkey. That wasn't my favorite.
Okay.
That was very difficult.
Deep fried is very unique for Thanksgiving, but
yes,
all right.
he wanted to try something unique.
Okay.
And then my uncle oven roasted it, and it was really good. They both ended up pretty good, but so I always look forward to that as well.
All right.
Do you have any special traditions that you like to do?
I mean, I would usually go to my family's and all the way in California, and
sure. What about Black Friday shopping? Do you like to do that the day after Thanksgiving?
every now and then, not always. I think it's just sometimes it's a waste of time. Sometimes there's some really good deals out, but you got to be careful about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's time to check in with the news team.
Good evening. Welcome to Midstate Magazine. I'm Aaron Morden.
And I'm Dale Heimski. Let's take a look at the news.
The African American Hall of Fame Museum kicked off its week of Building STEAM Monday. STEAM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Math. The program is designed to encourage educational achievement in those fields and help young adults choose careers. The highlight of the week is the Student Showcase on Friday, where student teams will explain the science behind their artistic expressions. The winners will be recognized during the Peoria Symphony Orchestra performance on Saturday.
Pope Francis confirmed Monday he will be the fourth reigning pope to visit the United States. In September of next year, the pontiff will attend 8 world meetings of the families in Philadelphia. Pope Benedict XVI had also expressed interest in attending before his retirement. The Pope also noted that President Barack Obama and the U.S. Congress had invited him to Washington, and the Secretary General of the UN had invited him to New York.
General Motors has extended the deadline for faulty ignition switches claims. The new filing deadline for compensation claims for victims of crashes caused by the bad switches will be January 31st of next year. The news comes after the family of a Connecticut woman who died in a crash claimed it had not been notified by the company. GM's resolution facility, which began accepting claims on August 1st, has received more than 1,800 claims of injuries and serious injuries and death linked to the switches.
This month is American Diabetes Month. The director of the Illinois Department of Public Health is encouraging everyone to learn the risk factors for the disease and how to reduce or eliminate them. Diabetes is a serious chronic disease caused when blood sugar levels are above normal and a hormone called insulin is not able to help glucose get into the cells. This causes sugar to build up in the blood. If left undiagnosed or untreated, diabetes can lead to serious health problems, including kidney failure, blindness, heart attack, strokes, and amputations.
Automaker Volvo and shipping company DHL are working on a service that allows consumers to get packages delivered to their parked cars. According to reports, the system would allow DHL to remotely access cars made by Volvo. DHL would only get access to a vehicle after the owner accepts delivery via text message. A formal announcement on the car delivery service is expected sometime this week.
Peoria County Animal Protection Services reminds pet owners that animals, particularly those outside, need special care during the winter months. Outdoor dogs need proper shelter consisting of a structure with 4 sides, a roof, a floor, and a door covering. The shelter should be small enough to retain the animal's body heat and large enough for the animal to lie down comfortably. Provide a windbreak and use wood shavings for straw or straw as bedding. Do not use blankets, rugs, or towels because they retain moisture and will freeze, causing more discomfort for the animal. Put your pet inside when the temperature dips below 10 degrees. Even though a dog or cat might survive temperatures that low, they will be extremely uncomfortable. Pets need fresh water available at all times. Snow does not count. Give your pet more food because the extra calories help keep it warm. Be careful of salt used to melt snow. It can irritate your pet's feet. Be alert to antifreeze spills. Antifreeze tastes sweet and attracts animals, but is also always deadly. Now let's go to Katrina for sports.
Thanks, Danielle. The Peoria Mustangs won on Sunday and split the weekend series against the St. Louis Junior Blues. After losing Game 1 on Sunday at 5-3, the Mustangs came back with a strong performance in the 4-2 win at the Owen Center. The Mustangs started off the scoring with a goal late in the first period by Thomas Kolaz. Leading goal leader Andrew Schofield added a goal early in the second period to get his total up to 13 goals this year. Kolaz added his second goal late in the second. The Mustangs added a late empty net goal in the third to put the game away 4-2. With the victory, the Mustangs remain in first place of the Central Division. The Mustangs have a 2-point lead over West Michigan and Wisconsin. Peoria hopes to add their division lead when they play a 2-game series against Wisconsin at home. Chicago Bulls superstar point guard Derrick Rose is out again for the second straight game. The Bulls star will miss Monday's game against the Los Angeles Clippers after missing the Bulls' last game against the Indiana Pacers. The Bulls lost that game against the Pacers 99-90. Rose will miss his 6th game this season with a sore hamstring that he injured in a win against the Toronto Raptors. Most people in Chicago are optimistic about Rose being too injury-prone, having missed the last 2 seasons with a significant leg injury. Rose says he is just listening to his body, trying to get it back to 100%. Rose thinks that sitting out a couple of games in the beginning of the season will pay off for him the rest of his career and for the Bulls' playoff chances. Southern Illinois Edwardsville added a Missouri Valley championship to their storied history with a 1-0 victory over Missouri State. The Cougars won the game with a header late in the second overtime of the MVC title game. The Cougars were set up by a MSU foul. The foul led to a free kick, which Jabari Danzy turned into a game-winning goal. With the championship goal, Danzy now has 2 straight game-winning goals. For the second straight year, MSU finished runner-up in the MVC. Last year, they lost to Bradley University in the championship. With the victory, SIUE will now get to participate in the NCAA Division I tournament. This is their first appearance since rejoining the Division I ranks in 2007. That's all for sports. Back to you, Danielle.
Thanks, Katrina. There's a well-kept secret in Peoria, a singing group that performs songs made throughout history. Nikki Garabrandt has the story.
15 years ago, a group of singers joined their voices together to celebrate African American culture and tradition through music. And to this day, the Heritage Ensemble continues to take their audiences on an inspirational journey.
We are marching in the light of God. We are marching in the light of God.
For Sharon Samuels Reed, the founder and artistic director of the ensemble, music has always played a large role in life, and she's a strong believer in the mission of the Heritage Ensemble.
Whether it is through our singing or the message in our music, the Heritage Ensemble strives to tear down walls and to build bridges between all people. And the music that we perform is the vehicle through which we travel in order to perform that mission.
The 33-member ensemble carries out that mission by singing songs born out of the African American experience in this country.
The Negro spiritual serves as the staple of our repertoire. So we sing the Negro spiritual, we sing gospel, we sing blues, we sing jazz, work songs.
Although the ensemble has traveled as far as Carnegie Hall to perform, most of their shows take place in the Peoria area. But no matter where they sing, Sharon wants audiences to take away something special from their performance.
I would want them to receive music that would inspire them to succeed against all odds, because that's what the Negro spiritual's message is, a message of hope, a message of a better life to come. I am so filled with an appreciation, if you will, first for the music and for those who conceived this beautiful music. This music was conceived in one of America's darkest moments, slavery. And yet the music that rose from that period is some of the most beautiful music ever written. So when they sing it, and sing it well, I am too inspired. I find inspiration in the music. The lyrics lift me at my lowest point. And so I know that if I can teach it, hear them work through it and feel that, I can only imagine what it feels like to be an audience member and to hear the music of the Heritage Ensemble. You can't help but be inspired and motivated.
To Sharon, the members of the Heritage Ensemble are like a lifeline.
They're a family. We are a family. And we pray together, we cry together, we work hard together.
And the bond that the Heritage Ensemble has is evident in their performances.
I would encourage people to find out about when our performances are and join us for just one. If you join us for one, you too would become a member of that family.
In Peoria, for Midstate Magazine, I'm Nikki Gerbrandt.
You know, if you want to learn more about the ensemble, you can go to heritageensemble.com and get all the information.
Definitely, we'll have to look that up.
Me too. Well, that wraps up news for the week. I'm Katrina Baumgartner.
I'm Aaron Morden.
And I'm Dale Haimski. Have a great night, and be sure to join us next week.
Thank you, news team. Well, Kyle, right before the news segment, we were talking a little bit about Black Friday shopping, and I have noticed that it's actually, getting earlier and earlier. It used to be on a Friday.
Yeah.
Now it actually starts on Thursday night, Thanksgiving Day, around 6 p.m. for like Walmart and other shops. So that has been getting, a little bit even more out of hand.
Yeah.
I know. But you had mentioned that you always have to be careful with holiday scams. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. This year may apparently be the last year where scammers will easily hack into magnetic strip credit cards. And there will be a new security standard taking into effect this coming October, where consumers will be allowed to check fraudulent activity based on the content that they buy.
Really? Okay. Yeah, I actually heard about a scam that's going on right now. People are putting $100 bills in the windshield, and then they steal your car when you go to get it. So you always got to be careful.
That's funny.
Let's see where Brooke takes us on About Town.
Caterpillar has been in Peoria for almost a century, and now this corporation gives us a chance to learn about its fascinating history.
The Caterpillar Visitor Center opened its doors 2 years ago, and since then it has attracted many tourists from all over the world.
About 20% of our visitors are international because we're right across from the Caterpillar World Headquarters.
Caterpillar's Visitor Center's manager, Catherine Spitznagel, says that the inspiration to develop a visitor center lies on CAT's own former and current employees. But Caterpillar's workers are not the only reason behind the Visitor Center.
To welcome our employees and retirees who may work their whole careers at Caterpillar and maybe never see the end result of their work. We created it for our community. Peoria has been our home for decades, and so this is a place for the whole community to come and experience Caterpillar.
Interactive exhibits, galleries, and theaters are just part of the diverse ways in which visitors can learn about CAT's beginnings and the involvement of the Caterpillar brand.
We have about 150 different artifacts that people can see. Some are from our archives. Some folks have donated or loaned for this exhibit. We have 6 simulators as well, and those are the simulators that Caterpillar uses to train our real live operators. So they can get on and operate either a tractor or an excavator.
Most tours are self-guided, unless you request a VIP tour. But you can find guides throughout to help you understand more about their exhibits or to teach you about how to operate their simulators. The Caterpillar Visitor Center is open Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. For more information, go to caterpillar.com/visitor center. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Brooke Janes.
Thank you, Brooke. I always love the About Town segment.
Yeah.
Another thing that's always happens about town in this time of the year is the Festival of Lights.
Okay.
And I believe it's in East Peoria. It's not too far away. You can Google it. It'll show up really easily for you. But basically, it's just you stay in your car the whole time and you drive through this little, I guess I would call it a parking lot, but they decorate it with all of these Christmas lights.
Really?
And so they've got this huge display and all these animations where it looks like the reindeer's like jumping over, just all with Christmas lights. It's really pretty to go to, especially once it's snowed and it's looking very Christmassy.
So do you basically just drive through it and you just see everything?
Yeah, you just drive through it and I think it's probably 1 mile long or maybe 2 miles long, and you just see a bunch of different displays and it's really beautiful. So
that seems really cool. Yeah. I haven't seen too many of those, but yeah, I want to check that out.
Yeah, well, we've got something about Pixar coming up, but let's check in with Nikki to see one of the latest movies on Get Real.
Hello again, and welcome back to Get Real. I'm Nikki Gerbrandt.
The latest animated feature film from Walt Disney Pictures has been winning over audiences and critics alike. This week, we take a look at Big Hero 6.
Ow! Ah!
Meet Hero and Baymax, a boy and his inflatable white robot. It has been said that we shape our tools and then our tools shape us. That's the story of Big Hero 6. Even though Baymax can only do what he's programmed to do, Hero learns a lot from him about how to be human.
Diagnosis? Puberty.
Whoa, what?
Hero and Baymax are joined by a group of inventors that transform themselves into superheroes in an effort to find the person responsible for the death of the colleagues they love.
Ta-da! It's pretty great, huh?
The film is a comedy that will keep you laughing and an action film that will keep you on the edge of your seat.
It's also a really heartfelt, emotional drama where it surprises you how much you care about these animated creatures.
The diverse cast broadens the appeal of the film even more.
You don't see that a lot. You don't see really strong Asian male characters that often, unless they're martial artists or sidekicks. But it's to see a character like Tadashi and like Hero, it's rare and it's nice.
It's a film with a positive message that never sounds preachy and that can be enjoyed by the whole family.
If you haven't seen it yet, be sure to stay until the credits are finished rolling for a long bonus scene, which features a cameo by a famous comic book writer. Well, that's all for this edition of Get Real. I'm Nikki Gerbrandt, and I'll see you in the movies.
Thank you, Nikki.
Big Hero 6 definitely sounds like a really cool movie to check out.
It does. And what we were mentioning earlier is that you heard something going on with Pixar. Is that correct?
Well, yeah. I mean, Pixar usually has a lot of hidden messages on their movies, but the best one that I heard so far is A113. You know what that is?
I do not.
Okay, well, A113 is the animation classroom that is used for all of their Pixar films at the California Institute State of the Arts. So all of Pixar movies are used, like Brave Little Toaster, Princess and the Frog.
Sure.
Even the Avengers movie has been used for A113.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so actually I've heard of that before, not so much with the picture or the A113, but I have heard of other messages being sneaked into the children's movies like Lion King.
Yeah.
It's been super popular, so
yeah.
I guess they just do it to see if they can get away with it.
Yeah, maybe. It's time to check in with Griffin on Street Team.
Hey, it's Griffin from Street Team, and since it's almost Thanksgiving, we decided to ask some people some Turkey Day trivia. All right, first question. Which president first declared Thanksgiving a national holiday?
Was it Richard Nixon?
No, earlier, like way before Richard Nixon.
George Washington? Andrew Jackson? Thomas Jefferson?
Abraham Lincoln.
Yep.
Yes!
What part of the turkey is saved and snapped as a superstitious good luck custom?
The neck.
Wishbone.
Yep.
That's the wishbone. Yeah, wishbone, yeah.
Approximately how many turkeys are eaten on Thanksgiving in the U.S.?
Just one? No, like isn't the whole the whole U.S.
35,000.
Like 50 million?
Maybe like 3 million?
Couple million, maybe?
Way higher.
Way higher than
Way higher.
200,000.
Way higher.
2 million.
Way higher.
500 million.
Way less.
38 million.
46 million. Close enough. A female turkey is called a hen, but what is a male turkey called?
It's, I think it's
I'll give you a hint. Blank and Jerry.
Ben? And Jerry?
Think cartoon.
Tom.
It's called a Tom.
It's called Tom?
Yeah. Which company has been putting on an annual Thanksgiving Day parade since 1924?
Oh, this Macy's.
Yep.
Macy's. Yeah, yeah.
I got nothing.
Not even a guess.
No.
Just nothing.
Just nothing.
Macy's.
Yep, good old Macy's. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Griffin Sassano.
Thanks, Griffin. Yeah, I didn't know some of the questions for that, so I was kind
Seems like trivia might not be your strong point, Kyle.
Not exactly, but you know, I'd try.
Absolutely. Well, Thanksgiving always brings a lot of snow, or usually it does. We've gotten snow a little bit earlier than Thanksgiving this year.
Yeah.
But New York has been even less fortunate, getting 76 inches in Buffalo.
No.
Can you believe that?
No,
and you had mentioned that people actually died from it.
Yeah, there was something that I found where about 5 people died somewhere up farther up north, and Yeah, it was just really weird. The snow actually killed about 5 people. And
Man, that is
really
incredible. Yeah, I hope that that doesn't happen anymore. But
I hope so either.
Brooke has a special guest in the spotlight coming up, and of course, who's always in the spotlight is Kim Kardashian, and her Break the Internet ad. So we could talk a little bit about that. But right now, let's check in with Brooke and our special guest on State of the Arts.
Hello, and welcome to State of the Arts. I'm your host, Brooke Janes. Today, it's our pleasure to welcome Carrie Rickey. She used to host this segment of the show, and she has been singing professionally for 8 years. She performs in the Mike and Carrie show with her husband, Mike. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
So what's it like being back here? Is it any different? Has it changed at all?
Certain things have changed, and certain things are, a little bit different. The set, I recognize the brick wall. Yeah. However, there's a couple of things that are brand new. But it's definitely surreal always to be sitting back here at State of the Arts on the other side.
Yeah.
So I'm usually going, so how are you doing?
Did you ever think you would be back performing?
I did not. No. I didn't. When I was hosting State of the Arts, I wasn't singing professionally. I don't think I started singing until a good 4 or 5 years after college. Okay. And it was just one of those fancy dreams that you kind of put in the back burner until finally something inside of you is like, okay, you need to do this. Like, it's time to start singing. If this is what you really want to do, then just do it. What's the worst that can happen? So. Perfect. But I had no idea.
Were you playing any instruments when you were?
I played a little bit of piano. I played clarinet and band. And
I was a clarinet girl too.
I danced. I was on the Bradley Palm Squad here. Okay. So it's like music was always in my life, and I was always musically inclined, but it was never, all my friends were singers. So it's like I was just, they did that, I did something else. So I wasn't like, hey, I'm gonna be a singer too. And then you separate from those type of people, and you drift apart with your life, and then all of a sudden you start to go, wait a minute, like I want to sing. This is what I wanted to do, Yeah.
So. Perfect. And you actually met your husband on the show, is that correct?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
He came on. I don't remember the details of like how I have the notebook page that says like true dat Mike, and I still have that. But as far as like how he did, and then we started talking and met and fell in love, and everything was just magical.
Nice. Well, that's great to hear. Would you mind giving us a little taste of what you do?
Sure.
What are you going to be singing?
Oh.
Well, you can.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do Team by Lorde.
Oh, lovely.
Yep.
Good deal.
And I figured I chose this song mainly because me and Mike have been such a team, and even though he's not here right now, it's like we're always together and doing this kind of stuff. So he's always on my team, I guess. I won't cry, I promise. Wait till you're announced. We have not yet lost all our races. These hounds will stay in chains. Look upon your greatness as she sends the call out, send the call out, send the call out, send the call out, send. Call all the ladies out, they're in their finery. 100 jewels on thrones, 100 jewels between teeth. His colored voice in the trees like craters like the moon. Moon, we love like brothers as we go through the moon. Dancing around these lies we tell, dancing around these lies as well. Even the comatose, they don't dance and tell. We live in cities we'll never see on trees. It's very pretty, but we sure know how to run things. Living in ruins, a palace within my dreams. And we're on each other's team. I'm kinda over getting told to throw my hands up in the air. So there. So all the cups got broke, cards beneath our feet, but it wasn't our fault. And everyone's competing for a love we won't receive. But what this palace wants is release. We live in cities you'll never see on the screen. Not very pretty, but we sure know how to run things. Live in ruins, a palace within my dreams. And we're on each other's team. other's team. We're on each other's team. I'm kinda over getting told to throw my hands up in the air. I'm kinda older than I was when I rebelled without a care. So there, we live in cities, never see all the trees, not very pretty, but we sure know how to run things. Living in ruins, a palace within my dreams. And you know, we're on each other's team. 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 And you know, we're on each other's team. We're on each other's team. We're on each other's team. We're on each other's team.
Lovely. Thank you so much for singing for us today,
Absolutely.
Carrie.
Thank you.
That's all we have for this week. Join us next week to see more talent from the Peoria area. For State of the Arts, I'm Brooke Janes.
Thank you, Brooke.
We were mentioning a little bit about Kim Kardashian, and there's a lot of controversy about, you know, her showing her naked, like completely naked on the magazine cover, or at least her butt. And then there was other photos of the front of her as well.
Right.
And I think people are frustrated because
You know what? It is what it is. I just, you know, it's there. The content's there. You talk about it. I'm not worrying about it.
yeah. Well, what they were worried about is the fact that everybody had an uproar about a woman showing her breasts and breastfeeding her baby, but then nobody makes a big deal about Kim Kardashian completely.
Right. I just find that to be really stupid.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but you know, it is what it is, like you said. But of course, we've talked about a lot today. I'm excited for Thanksgiving.
I am too.
I hope you have a good Thanksgiving and you find some people to celebrate it with and be
sure I
thankful
will.
for.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll talk to my family and let them know that I'll be all right and that I'm with other friends.
Sure, absolutely. And I'm excited to go home, and hopefully there won't be too much snow like they're having in New York right now.
Yes.
I don't know if I'd be prepared for that.
I'm just praying to God that everything will be all right.
Be skiing to class and snowboarding through it.
Or sledding, who knows?
Well, go right ahead.
Well, that's all for Midstate Magazine this week. I'm your host, Kyle Peck.
And I'm Kayla Meath. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week.